the one thing that caught my eye from the last 24 hours are the Philadelphia Phillies, and seeing what happened in the National League Championship Series on Wednesday night, and how Bryce Harper is becoming one with the city of Philadelphia in terms of the sports fans falling in love with him performing to the top of his craft when chips are down, to just the way he handles his business is quite Philadelphia. And for him to last night take into the game the sort of spite and anger of hearing about I guess, was this caught on video? Was this like
No.
overheard on video or something like that, where the teammates heard Arcia sort of have his fun at Harper being caught and doubled off in the rare 8-5-3 walk-off in game 2? Is that what this is
was
about?
not caught on video. Somebody mentioned it. A reporter overheard a conversation, for what we all understand. The conversation was in Spanish, so there's a question as to something lost in translation. And regardless, it got to Harper, and then, you saw the stare down. There's a great clip as well, which I don't think we do have, but Braves radio, not trashing the reporter, but basically saying, like, why is this a thing? Like, I get it. You want to get fired up about something, find your motivation wherever you find your motivation. But to his credit, Rich, he found it. Well,
here's the thing, is that it mattered to Harper, right? And he and Castellanos showed up in Deion Sanders gear, where they were wearing the phrase that I guess Deion said in relation to the Colorado State head coach, that they messed with the wrong person, and now they made it personal. And it's funny how Harper said after the game that he had second thoughts about wearing it, because he knew that Deion is an Atlanta Brave from back in his playing days when he went to the World Series. But the fact that he showed up and he hit those 2 home runs and stared down Arcia while circling second base is truly one of the more Northeast Philadelphia type, middle finger moments that will endear him to the fan base. And if a Yankee did it, Brockman, I think if a Red Sox did it, I think that player would have had us at hello. Certainly if he brings them within the brink of a championship series. And that's what I thought. And then I saw his soundbite after the game, and it was an instant classic. This was Harper after the game.
How much motivation did the comment from the Braves shortstop give you going into the game?
No, I mean, it's a super competitive game that we play, and from both sides of the ball. And I enjoy commentary and things. And like I said, I listen to WIP, and you hear a lot of stuff on there as well at times, and I just enjoy it. It's a part of the reason why we play this game, and there's nothing like it. Everybody's competitive that we play against, and I just really enjoy those moments and the opportunity to play this game and have those moments.
So was there any motivation?
I mean, anytime anybody says something, right? I mean, that's what it's all about.
Did you enjoy staring them down?
Yeah, I mean, I stared right at him.
We don't even know if it really was said.
Doesn't matter, right? How many times in the Jordan documentary where it didn't happen, but he
Bryce
used
Harper's
it
not
for
Michael Jordan.
Fueling his fire. Well, listen, I just found it interesting that he also listens to the local sports talk radio there, which means he's perfect for the city. Now, obviously, the Braves are an incredibly talented team and can win the next 2 and can make the National League Championship Series, but I kind of respect what he's doing. It may be disrespectful if you're Arcia, but it is something that he is channeling, and it's kind of wild to me because it's happening at the same time as Nick Sirianni is taking the Eagles to championship games and having that id of the Philadelphia sports fan on the sidelines, much to the rankling of the rest of the sports world. I can already sense your irritation at this topic, Chris, because I know the Braves are near and dear in your household right now. But this is just an interesting period where the the head coach of the Eagles is acting in such a way on the sideline that's kind of similar to Harper circling the bases in a National League divisional series. And this soundbite from Sirianni yesterday about his sideline demeanor caught my ear before I even saw anything from the National League divisional series. Check it out.
I'm animated and a lot, right? And so I don't think I can be animated on the sideline and then ask anybody else not to be. I think that's part of the game. Emotion's part of the game. Getting to the root of the problem's part of the game, and it happens just like you have a way to have a coaching point. Sometimes it's going to be delivered with a smack on the butt. Sometimes it's going to be delivered with a yell. Sometimes it's going to be delivered, whatever it is, right? The same way it can happen with animation on the sideline, right? And so to me, that's healthy. And when you're connected and when you're together, right, the only thing that matters is that we're getting better from it. But emotion, shoot. Man, if I had to take emotion off out of our sideline, I'd have to go sit in the press box. So, and I don't see many head coaches doing that. So, yeah.
And he's when I saw Harper circling the bases and staring at Arcia, and then speaking afterwards, I'm like, why does it remind me of? And it's Sirianni. They kind of look alike too, and just. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at that split right there that we have. Yeah. They kind of, have the similar sort of look, and they're striding atop the Philadelphia sports scene right now. And Harper is one more win away from joining the Eagles in a championship series season. And having a sports town have your baseball and your football team make a championship game. In the same calendar year, man, I don't know how far off the Yankees and the Jets or the Giants or the Mets are from that front. I know, Chris, you've had it more recently. I know, Andrew, you've been searching for that your whole, natural born life. It is, and it is something that, I just wanted to pause and kind of point out, in my first comments.
You know what I loved about what Harper said there, the first one, when he said he listens to WIP. It sounded to me as if he's saying he doesn't listen to IP, the sports radio station in Philadelphia, to listen to a breakdown of whether or not Brian Johnson's play design is now different from Shane Steichen's, and perhaps that is stifling Jalen Hurts' growth. He listens, it sounded like, Rich, specifically for inspiration and to be motivated by slights. Like, I want to hear the hosts or the callers say that we're not going to win this series, or that our rotation is screwed up, or that Harper didn't come through in the clutch on a random Tuesday against the Brewers the night before. He needs that fuel. Like, I'm on the way to the ballpark and put on sports radio because I need to get fired up when I walk in the clubhouse. Isn't that what it sounded like?
Bless him.
Yeah.
It's so rare. It's so rare to see that, certainly in a Northeast athlete, and that's why you got to hold on to him while you can, and
wasn't that Trey Turner's thing this year too? He was listening to the radio and he was slumping and getting bashed by fans, and then he turned it on, and then he put up a billboard thanking everyone for talking crap about him.
Yes.
Well, no, I think it was the billboard was actually thanking the fans who gave him an ovation because he was in such dire straits. And then he said something about how difficult it was maybe to hear all this stuff. Right. And so some fans, he comes to the ballpark, he hears the ovation from them, and then he starts tearing the cover off the ball and put, so the billboard was actually a genuine thank you to the fans, not a sort of a, here's your middle finger back to you.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.